Yo, YouTube. It is early, but I thought I'd sneak one in today, man. If it seemed like when you got kids and you just trying to go to the gym for like an hour, bruh, you got to get on a CIA mission just to get up out the house. Like I thought I was in the clear, washed up real quick, and I was about to head downstairs, and I hear my daughter crying. Snuck up in her room, threw on the TV show for her. So hopefully that sufficed, and she don't get up and start crying again because she watching her favorite show. But if she is, cross that bridge with my wife when we get there. But it should be all good. But yeah, thought I'd come in here, get up a few shots and get a quick video in, man, before Saturday get going. So yeah, played for the first time in years in terms of like fives, so that was cool. The game still was kind of there, but it was a little rusty in terms of like my wind and just instinctively knowing what to do when you catch the ball in certain situations. But overall, I played pretty good to not have played in like forever. The Bucks are playing better. I think we 8-8 and can go 9-8 today. Or we either 9-9 and can go 10-9 today. I think we 9-9 and can go 10-9 today against the Wizards. That should be a winnable game. So yeah, y'all check me out. Yeah. So like I said, played for the first time. When was that? I think that was Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. Played for the first time in a minute. It's been some years. I always come in and get shots. And then I have a very physical job, so I've been able to like remain in shape with a pretty decent like weight to me. But you really can't simulate playing fives unless you play fives. Like you can run on the treadmill all day, you can do all that. But in terms of the speed of the game, you almost got to play your way in shape. And that's what happened. What happened Thursday? It was some decent ball players in there. But man, we all older. We all older now though. Like we still could play, but the first couple games was a struggle. Like I ain't even gonna lie to you, but I did all right, man. I don't know, like the one thing I've realized, and I've always realized this about basketball, but even as you kind of get older, man, making the game easier is what you got to do. Like catching the ball, doing all this, all that. Like, nah. If you could catch a defender in a one-on-one, quick move to the rim, yes. But when you catching the ball up top, you see it's a defender in the gap, and your man is up tight on you, doing all this, turning the ball over. It's not smart basketball. And I don't know, when I play now, I realize that, and I try to make the game as simple as possible. Like I try to move a lot. I try to set a lot of screens. I try to get to the open spot, to an open spot on the floor. I try to cut a lot. Now, if I catch my man like in isolation, and I see it ain't no help, try to get to the rim or dance a little bit to get a shot. But I don't try to do too much, So that's my mindset when I play anything, but just especially just fives now at my age. And I ain't old or nothing, but I'm 33, but I'm not 21 anymore. And that was like clear after playing. Like it was funny when I was just warming up. And back in the day, I could dunk back in the day, but I was just trying to see if I could. So I was testing the ceiling. When I went up, I'm thinking I could get higher than I could, and it just seemed like gravity pulled me down. So that was hilarious. I'm like, damn, I'm really getting old. But I don't know, in terms of basketball, one thing was like super clear. Like, I'm about 6'3", 6'4", and I was the same height in high school. Well, at least my freshman year, I was 5'11". Uh, Sophomore year, I was about 6'1", 6'2". Junior year, 6'3". Senior year, about 6'3", 6'4". So that's relatively big in terms of high school. So I always would get bumped out of my position. I could never play the two. In middle school, I played the two and a little bit of one, but I was a shooting guard in middle school. But then when I got to, high school, and I was a guy who had a little bit of size, relatively speaking, I got bumped to the four. And nowadays, I don't know, it just seemed like everybody want to look pretty. Everybody want to play fancy. And it's like, I don't think dudes care about doing what's necessary to win. And like at the open gym, I was probably like the second biggest dude there. I was the biggest dude on my team. And I played guard in college, but I could have easily just stayed on the perimeter all open gym, just shoot threes, not really do anything else. And it's like, man, that mindset, I can never understand how cats can have that mindset. Bro, you the biggest dude on the floor. Yeah, you might not play a post or you might not be the big, but if you the biggest person on your team and you got one rebound for the whole game, there's something wrong with you. Like, there's something literally wrong with you, dude. I don't care what position you play. If you the biggest person on your team and you haven't set one screen the whole game, it is something wrong with you. And today I'm gonna switch it up. Side note, one of the problems I did have in the open gym was because I ain't played in so long, I got tired quick. So I'm gonna like move around a little bit today just to really try to break a sweat. But yeah, like that was one thing I couldn't understand. And like, if you really know basketball, when you set screens and move without the ball, that don't just get the man you setting the screen for open. It gets you open on a screen and roll. Point guard got the ball up top and he comes off of that screen. Majority of the time, he's not coming off for a shot. Majority, I would say probably 65% of the time, he's coming off that screen and he's looking for a roll man, or he's dragging the defense to turn back to the man who just set the screen. So my thought process, I'm seeing how the defense is played. After I set that screen, I'm either rolling to the basket, my hand low or high, depending on how the defense is playing me, or I'm popping to the three for a shot, or if the point guard has dragged two, I'm gonna pop, or I'm gonna quick roll to the lane right here to mid-range for a shot. There's options. A lot of dudes, that's not even running through their mind. They just thinking, oh man, I ain't no post player. I don't set screens. Not realizing, dude, if you could shoot like just a little bit, setting the screen is your best friend. Like, if you watch Steph Curry play, Steph Curry sets plenty screens. Steph Curry be effing people up with his screens. Because Steph know, as soon as he set that screen, it's going to be a gateway for him to get open. As soon as he sets that screen. And that's the mindset I have when I play. Because I know I would probably say 70 to 75% of the time, if I go to an open gym, like I said, I'm about 6'3", 6'4". If I go to an open gym, I'm gonna probably be one of the biggest, or most likely the biggest dude in the gym. So my mindset gotta be, okay, yeah, I have perimeter skills, but I gotta take advantage of what's there. I gotta take advantage of, I'm long too, so I gotta be able to run the floor, move without the ball, wherever the point guard is, build some type of rapport with him, you know what I'm saying, to help us win. Because, dude, somebody got to get rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to defend the other big on the other team. Like, somebody has to. And if you are the biggest person in the gym but don't want to do that, it's two things. You either don't know basketball or you don't care about winning. And to be honest, I don't know which one is worse. So, yeah, that was my that's my take from that. And that's gonna translate to something deeper I want to talk about in a little bit. But yeah, that's my mindset. Like, I can shoot the ball, but I know if I can run the floor and get an easy one, I'm gonna do that. Like, just running the floor when I play, I probably got like 5 or 6 just easy just putbacks, or easy just tips just from running the floor. I probably got 3 or 4 just easy, you know what I'm saying, layups off of a pick and roll. Like, easy. Just being big and knowing how to post, I probably got a good 2 or 3 just catch and just go to work on the block real quick before the help get there. That's just knowing how to play basketball and making the game easy. Because when you do that and you got a good point guard, that's going to build a trust with that point guard. So now you can get the ball on the perimeter certain times and do your thing. And they let me do that, which I'm like, okay, that's cool. Hit a couple threes. Once I see my shot wasn't falling a couple possessions, I'm like, all right, let me do something else. And I feel like that's having a winning mindset. And I feel like a lot of people nowadays, when they hoop, winning is like a second option. It's not the priority. It's like, man, it's cool if we win, but I got to get my stuff off. If I can't get my stuff off, what I'm doing. And that's why I think the game is the way it is today, man. And like, I'm not a coach, and I'm not gonna say that'll never happen in life. In my opinion, I don't think I'll ever be a coach. But in all honesty, who knows? But I just wonder if, like, coaches had that mindset when they coach. Like, I don't know. Because basketball ain't hard. It's that shit. I just think it'd be people who be making it hard. Like my guy is a coach, and he said that his kid, one of his point guards, are struggling with the secondary break in basketball, and that's like so common sense in a secondary break. Giving the ball up early to your wings running the floors, or looking at the big, and if the big is running hard, either get it to the wing and they'll get it to the big, or pass ahead to the big. Like, that's common sense. But if you ain't never been coached before to make them reads, it's gonna seem like it's rocket science. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't be going to high school coach practices no more. I don't be watching that, so I have no clue. how kids are being coached today. But if I was a coach, the goal is to make the game easy as possible. Like, I don't need to have no crazy sets, no crazy like skills drills and nothing like that. Basic fundamentals. Like when I was in high school and when I was playing for Paul Wally, in the beginning of our practices, like they was like strictly like fundamentals besides like after we stretched. You know what I'm saying? We doing 3-man waves, triple threat drills. We doing all of that, like simple stuff. Nothing crazy, but just simple fundamental stuff. Ball handling drills. Because he ain't want us to forget the fundamentals of the game. And keeping the game simple. Like my freshman year, when I played JV, and I initially got moved to that 4th spot, one of the biggest emphasis Coach Ballestori put on me was knowing the correct way to roll after you set a screen. And nowadays, man, I see kids set these screens and they have no idea how to roll. When you set a screen, I'm setting a screen, I'm coming up. Your inside foot should pivot this way to the hoop. I just be seeing kids set screens now. Now, first of all, homie, you're not even setting a good screen. So the guard or whoever you setting the screen for, not even gonna be able to use it right. And then you ain't got no solid base. So basically they're gonna get hit with a moving screen or their defender's still gonna be on their hit. Like going up, being solid, set a screen, and keep that defender, if you set a good screen, right when you rolling, keep that defender on your hip. Now you could put a hand target out. Now you got a way to the basket, to the hoop. Or if you could shoot the ball, a quick pop and catch and shoot. But I don't even see that taught no more. And like I said, I don't be inside practices. But in terms of just watching young kids play, like I do not see that. I see a bunch of threes being put up. And I will say, like, in terms of just individual games, kids are super skilled. I ain't gonna lie about that. But I don't know, the basic fundamentals of basketball, I just think are lacking. On a bigger scale, that's why the Europe, just other players, other countries are catching up because they go to basketball academies and they have to practice the fundamentals of the game. And I just think that's lacking with our country now. What's crazy is, bro, even just at the gym, it's 7 o'clock or probably 7:20. I can do this podcast because it ain't nobody in here shooting. But an older lady over there who just probably like, just want a little cardio. It ain't, when I was little, if I lived even remotely close to a gym like this, I would have been up here every weekend early. Getting shots up, working on my game, working on the fundamentals. Now it's like, when you see kids in the gym, they just be dicking around. Keeping it real, don't get me wrong, I wasn't a perfect little kid. I probably did that too. But I also made it an emphasis when I get to the gym, I'm gonna try to perfect something. And I just don't see that no more. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like basketball is just a trend now. And kids play it to be cool and to look cool instead of playing to win. It's almost like the same feeling you get when you put on some J's. It's like that's almost how basketball is to kids now, in my opinion. Like just putting on some J's to look cool. Instead of really learning the game, playing the game the right way. And like I said, right now, I have no intentions on being a coach. I want to focus on my family, my kids, my wife, this pod, cutting hair, and trying to grow what I got going on. But my girls get older and they go to school, and I watched the practice and thought I could have real input. You never know. Right now, it's a hell no. But if I did coach, that would be my emphasis. Fundamentals and keeping the game simple. Keeping the game simple. Working with bigs, showing bigs how to keep the game simple, and developing a mindset. Dude, if I'm the biggest person in the gym, I'm gonna play to that and not try to look cute. Not try to look cute. And then that conversation leads me to real life. Like, when I picked a career and I chose to stick with trucking wasn't pretty. Like, it's not pretty to be a trucker. You in a dirty cab all day. It's physical. You know what I'm saying? You got to get up early. All of that. You got to deal with customers who sometimes not in good moods. You got to deal with all that. You sweat a lot. Come home stinking. Sometimes you aching. Your hands be ripped up. It's not pretty. But at the end of the day, I make decent money doing it. I'm able to take care of my people. It's a skill nobody can take away from me if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. In terms of staying clean and driving safe. It's a skill that allows me to be independent. So if one day I wanted to start my own company, I can. But it's a very rewarding career, but it's not pretty. I feel like a lot of people, I'm not even gonna just say men, but people today are more concerned. Good, that was my first 3 today. More concerned about what looks pretty enough to post instead of what's gonna take care of them and the family. And that was my mindset. Like, my degree from college was in marketing and business. And that was the world I wanted to go into. I wanted to have a certain tie on every day to work in a pretty office, travel a little bit, make a lot of money. But that just wasn't the path for me. I did it. I got hired at a company. But when I seen the nature of how that company moved, it just wasn't for me. Good. So I had to pivot and not be too proud to do certain stuff. That's good. And I was able to, not luckily, but fortunately, get into trucking and take on that. Good. But if my mindset was, man, I went to school for 4 years. I ain't about to be no truck driver. Them dudes dirty. They old. I ain't trying to stay on the road all year. That's beneath me. If I had that mindset, who knows where I'll be? Who knows? Good. But I was able to tuck my pride. And because I was able to tuck my pride, good. I learned that trucking isn't just staying on the road all day. They got certain trucking jobs where you could be home daily. I'm cooking right now. But they got certain jobs where, especially with my job, you got to stay in shape. Because I'm in, on average, probably in like a 11-hour day. I probably only drive maybe 4 of it. I'm delivering most of the day. I'm getting in and out the truck. I'm putting weight on my hand cart in terms of cases, and I'm going. And that's why I've been able to like maintain my body and my physique. I'm the same size I was in high school. Like straight up. Same size I was in college when I played. But if I was too proud and thought that trucking was beneath me, I would have never knew any of that. And even just with my family, I gotta have that mindset. Like, I'm gonna do whatever is necessary to hold them down and make sure they straight. That's why I'm cooking now. When I work them long days, when I gotta deal with customers getting on my nerves, or like people in the office getting on my nerves, I know why I'm doing it. That's all. No, it ain't. I know why I'm doing it. And it gives me motivation to keep going forward. Getting up early, being in the cold. Oh yeah, we cooking today. Make it all worth it. And as a man, that's my responsibility. It ain't about looking pretty. Good. It ain't about having something to post. It's about doing what you got to do legally to make sure your people good. And until my dying days, I'll never stop doing that. No matter how pretty it look. Let's say where our work closed down and all the trucking jobs was gone, and a farmer had a job for me to shovel shit all day but make the same money I'm making now. You know what I'm gonna be doing? Shoveling shit. I'll do that till I find something else. But if that's all that's there, my family gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? My family gotta live somewhere. My little girls got daycare. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do. No matter how stinky and funky it is in that pig pen, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So we good. Now, in terms of breaking the law, nah, I ain't doing that. Or doing something that's just not dignified, I ain't doing that. But doing something that's totally legit, of course. I'll shovel shit, do whatever. Even if they like, hey man, all the trucking jobs is gone. You could be a CO though at this prison. I guess you're about to be a CO. Because my family got to eat. And to bring that back to basketball, that was my mindset when I played. Yeah, I feel like, good. I feel like I should be a 2, but I got to do what's best for the team. So that means I got to play big, set these screens, that's all. Grab these rebounds. I'm going to do that because I have size and I got to do what's best for the team. Now, because I do what I have to do in terms of my role and I do it well, now I can pop out and shoot threes. I can pop out and dribble the ball a little bit and take my man to the hoop. I can do some perimeter oriented stuff because I'm making sure I'm doing my job with the other stuff. That's the same with life right now. Now, because I'm paying my bills, making sure my family is straight, making sure my wife's straight, I can go to the gym and get up shots and not feel horrible about it. I can start a podcast, try to get that off the ground. Good. Because I know I'm taking care of everything else. So in the spare time that I have, I'm going to dedicate it to something that could put us in an even better position. So, good. The message overall today is, bruh, do what you got to do in this life, despite it not being the most glamorous thing or the most glitziest thing. Skip all that. What's more important? What's more important? Making sure your people straight, or making sure people see you as this clean-cut dude, good, making plenty of money when that's probably not even the case. Me, good. I'm gonna make sure my people straight. Period. Good. So, man, y'all take it easy. I'm about to keep shooting. Jumper's feeling good right now. But I hope y'all have a good weekend, good Saturday. Thanksgiving was cool for us. Hope y'all enjoyed yours. It's Cut Talk. Y'all stay easy.